Anything new over there, Maree?
Well, you just piqued my interest because Elisa was just telling me there's a state in Australia called South Australia, which is down on the southern end. And you were just saying then that you had seen or heard that there were army
Tanks.
tanks.
Australian Army marching through Adelaide CBD.
So Adelaide's the capital city. It's probably the only city in South Australia, actually, to be honest. We're pretty sparse over here. We've only got 26 million people for a country the size of nearly the US. So, there's a lot of space between places. So that, and I didn't even know that. So that must have been really recent. But what I was saying to Elisa is I have heard that there was, I think it was 3 or 4 nights ago, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, there was massive US Army bombers or big planes coming into Australia. And I was saying, I remember back in 2020, the government put out a policy where they wanted to allow international troops or international police or anyone to come into Australia, and they would have no ramifications. Whatever they did, there would be no call back on them if they did bad behavior or anything. So of course everyone was up in arms and sending in emails and going, you can't do this, but it got passed. But I didn't know then White Hats were actually in control then, because that was to now allow help to come through from the US to Australia, because we don't have National Guard, we don't have anything that would help to keep like a martial law in place. We have our army and we have the police, but so I'm wondering if that's what this is all about.
Wow.
So I didn't know. Lisa had to tell me what's going on in my own country.
I know. I see Zan is on the chat.
Oh, hey Zan, you made
it. Hey. It's just basically says Australia. So should we do cards on that?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see.
It would be. Is there a source from that information at all, Elisa?
www.news.com.au.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I'll go and have a look, because just even knowing if it's now, because, I know what the weather's like in Australia now and things like that. Just I always look for clues as to when it was made.
Yeah. It was, I took a picture, so I don't have the link.
That's okay. That's right. I'll have a look it up afterwards. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So let's tune in and see what are we going to ask? Like
if it's true, if indeed the Australian Army was marching through Adelaide in the last week or so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Because that's sort of news that you would get out.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, let me have a look and see. Is this true? Wow. Yes, it is. The 9 of Cups. So this is something that's been desired, something that's been, we got another yes, a big Ace of Pentacles. This is true. So I'm going to have to do some research into this. That'll teach me to not watch TV news. I don't even know if it would be on mainstream media. That would be interesting to see. So, yeah, wow.
So is that mainstream media, I guess, news.com, right? .au?
It doesn't sound like one of our main stations or like what we'd normally have. This is interesting. We've got the 5 of Wands. So this is creating a bit of chaos, but it's going to change something up because that's an action card. So there you go.
Yeah. So let's dig in. Let's dig in and see why. What did the cards want to tell us?
Yes.
Why are these tanks in downtown Adelaide?
And it was definitely tanks. They was like because normally
it's
interesting
tanks.
Because I remember reading somewhere once a guy that was actually in the tank in the US, in the tank area or arena of the army. He said they very rarely have tanks actually like going along a road, maybe on the back of a big mover of some sort. So it's for show. This is for sure. It's definitely for show.
Yeah.
Waking people up if nothing else works. Get the tanks
I know.
out.
If they would put the military out in the streets, that would wake up people like faster than EBS. I swear to God.
I know. Yeah, I'm wondering even now if there will be even something like an EBS, with what's going on.
We should look into it because I never felt it was going to happen. I
said
never
for a little
felt.
while, I thought, yeah, there could be. And now I'm going, oh, no, I've gone back to, I don't know that there is going to be one.
I
Again,
don't feel it.
You don't feel it either. Isn't that interesting? It's sort of almost like it's going to just come out naturally and things are going to progress. And then people are going to go, oh, okay, that's happened now. Oh,
Yep.
okay, that's happened now.
Yep.
But this is probably why it's taken a lot longer than what we were expecting as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just have a look and see. Okay, I'm just going to tune in to why these tanks might be rambling along the old Adelaide City. Oh, we've got our military card straight up. So this is definitely a military operation.
Yay!
That's crazy. Oh, okay. Temperance card. So this is definitely something there's a change coming. There's been a lot of patience with it, but it's being done by this is being done by a really positive energy. So that's really nice and reassuring, isn't it? Yeah. King of Wands. Again, this is someone that takes action, but they're very they're coming from a much higher perspective. They're usually very smart, and it's definitely action that's been ordered from the top. So,
is this going to be for the good of the people?
Yes. And it's a bit of smoke and mirrors, but it's also, they can create
magic. It's a show, right? It's a show.
Yeah, that's what this is saying to me. So those cards say it all, really, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. Goodness me.
Woo! It's happening, people.
Oh, in sleepy old Adelaide, they call it the city of churches. It's a little bit, like we over in New Zealand, they've got a city of churches as well.
Oh yeah, thanks, Trigel. See, people take care of us here. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome. Thank you. It should come up every time, but it doesn't. You got to do it manually every time.
Yeah. What the pop up?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I put mine on when I first start with my dream show. I just go in straight away. I forget.
Well, you and I always start chatting, and we just end up chatting about other stuff, and so it's just always. But okay, so great question, Lady Hawk. Thank you for for reminding me that there was a rally in Iowa where Mr. T had it was all green. The banners were green, which he never uses, and he had 5 flags on either side. So the idea was where these green signs, did they mean go? That, and also I watched this video where this woman found out that, because at the end he said farmers for Trump or something like that. And when you look farmers for Trump, it's the storm is coming.
Wow.
In gematria.
Wow. Okay. The other thing, I don't know if I didn't see it, but I did hear that he didn't have a tie on. Is that correct? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because in a business deal, that means the business is done. It's completed. That's what I heard as well. So let's just see though, first up, if the green was actually a green for go. Is that what it was about? Yeah, we've got our 7 of Pentacles. So this is telling me they've planted a lot of seeds, as we know. They've been watching them grow, and this is just waiting. So let's just see what the next card comes up as to. Okay, it's you. Yeah, it's definitely sending us a message, because that Knight of Pentacles brings a message about what's going on. So I would say they've been waiting, patiently waiting, having everything in place, but there's definitely something on the way. So, yeah, let me just get a confirmation card for that. Oh, yeah, we've got a Hierophant card. So this to me is the Cabal. So to me, it's like there's something going to change. There's something going to happen with these guys that is going to be noticeable. Yeah. 6 of Swords. I love this card. Taking us to a better place over troubled waters. So yeah, it's a message. Things are definitely starting.
Wow. Yep. Okay. So was the message with the Farmers United Trump or support Trump, whatever that was that equals the storm is coming? Was that the meaning behind that message?
Well, the green for go, that was what I was asking about. So let me just see if the farmers won, because that was a separate sort of, there's so many comms that can go on, you know, and whatever's around, like you're saying, the 5 flags each side, because 5 is change. And so let's just have a look and see if the farmers, let me just see what we can get from the farmers.
And so Maree was saying no tie.
No tie on that one. Deal is done. Yeah. That's because he never not wears a tie, right? He always have either
always
blue or
wears
red
a
tie.
tie. Always.
So that's a big com just in itself. Yeah. Okay. So we're just asking about the farmers. Again, we've got our King of Wands up. So there's definitely something that is
behind that communication.
Behind that communication, absolutely. And this is all higher up stuff as well. So yeah. And 2 of Wands, this is finding that balance. This will sometimes come up when, you know, we know they're putting out comms or there's something happening, but they've got to keep a balance so that the world doesn't go into chaos. So, but the Moon cards come up. So to me, this means there's something displaced or there's something that's going to come up. So I would say, yeah, that this is saying there's definitely going to be a moment, whether it's the Black Swan event, whatever it is, there's definitely something coming from those comms. So, yeah. We've got our military card again. Oh, I haven't had that military card for a long time. So it's come up twice in 10 minutes.
Wow. Okay. So then was it the real President Trump? Because sometimes that's how they tell you that it's not the real one. It's when he doesn't wear a tie. It's because it's not the real one. And that's how they tell you.
Yeah. Or the color tie he's wearing.
Or the color,
Yeah. We can ask the cards to see if it was the real Trump.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's a couple of him, isn't there? There's a few of him that sort of get out in public. Let's have a look and see if that was the real one. Okay. No, we've got our High Priestess card, so no, that was secret. That was hidden. No, he's Judgment card. So they don't want him probably in that sort of arena.
Danger. Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment, I would say from these cards. No, another hidden card, 4 of Swords. No, not him.
Yeah, so maybe that's why he didn't have a tie.
No, I reckon it was more than that. I reckon it was a com.
Okay, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So I want to play something, and I hope that my computer doesn't freaking lose its mind. Okay, hold on. So let me present. Instead of calling share, it's present. Okay, so share screen, window. Let's see. Tab? No, window. All right. Let's see. Let me know if you see it.
Okay, not yet. That's look promising. Okay, what do we got?
Can you hear it?
No.
Huh?
No.
No?
Do you need to mute you and then unmute the other one? Oh, yeah, turn it up a bit. I can hear something. Just need to turn the volume up.
There?
A bit more. Can you go any higher?
So, it's a pretty good water, right? Anybody have to shoot anybody?
Tiny bit more. It's pretty good, but
That's it. It doesn't go higher.
Okay.
So, we're headed in a path that's going to be very, very different for the next 2 or 3 years. I'm sure that by the 23rd of July this year, you're going to understand what's really going on and where we are. And I think that day is going to be history-making because John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump will be inaugurated as the 19th president of the original United States of America. And that does away with a lot of things that have been going on in their dad, but does one very important thing. It returns the government to we, the people. That's the most important part of it. The worst.
All right.
Okay, I heard that. Who was speaking, Elisa?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's some guy.
Yeah. So interesting though that he's put a date out there. That seems.
And that's why I wanted you to pull the cards.
How did I know? Oh, that's funny. Gosh.
Yeah. So, but you were able to see the video?
No, could just hear it. I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
Yeah. So, what was
Okay.
the video? There was one of a tree there with a. That was it. It didn't come up as a video.
Oh, okay. It was a guy with a cowboy hat talking on a microphone to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's just have a look and see if I mean, I'm just surprised that a date's been put out there like that. You know, to me, it's.
But there was nobody there, so it's almost like it's. I don't know. Like, yeah.
Okay. Let's just ask.
It was interesting.
Okay. Let's just ask. I'm going to ask first of all about the date. Is that a date that's a high potential for something to happen about what this guy was talking about with the change of government or whatever? Just feels
Yeah.
a bit. Okay, well, we've got a King of Pentacles, so there's something in there that's truthful, which is really interesting. Okay. Then we've got a Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually contemplating a reality. So it's a potential, is what I'm getting. But I don't hang on dates at all. It has to be events, and there has to be a lot that happens before that actually happens, is what I'm feeling. But hey, who knows? It's a potential. Okay, let me just get one more clarifying card. Okay, you want to come out? Yeah, you want to come out. And we've got the Devil. So to me, this is saying that there could be things that are still needing to come up to be looked at before that happens. Yeah, that's when the Devil card comes up. Yeah, so there's still things that are unknown to us. So that date, I would say, it's just a potential. It's not a absolute because of these two cards, because there's still a lot to come up. That's what I was saying, and that's why the Devil card's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. Because he sounds so like sure of it, like that it's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not holding my breath around dates.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Exactly.
it's a good question. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do the cards, because I'm like, all right, another date. You know, that's gonna come and go.
Yes. So yeah, but it looks. I mean, we could take it as well that it's a potential for something like that happening for a short term before they then have a true type of change up and people vote on what they want. So because I've never seen a 2024 election happening, never.
Okay, that was my next question. So you don't think the 2024 election is still showing like it's not going to happen, right?
Yeah, that's my feeling. But I'll
Okay.
check with the cards, but not how we would normally see an election. Like there's no way it could just continue on how it has been and then have another election next year at the end of the year. It just doesn't sit. So let me just see. Is it will there be the same sort of election that we've had up to date from that place? Yeah. Okay, so we've got a Sun card and a King of Swords. So I feel this is a story they're continuing with, because that King of Swords says it's a story, if you know what I mean. So to me, it's like they have to keep that up. But I feel that when we will get told what's going to happen, because that Knight of Pentacles is all about giving us a message. So, and Nine of Cups, it'll be what the people want and desire.
Okay.
So, because most people know by now what went on in most of the selections around the world, even.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, what was it? Oh, the EBS. Check up on the EBS and see what the cards have to say right now
about that. Yeah. I mean, who knows? It could very well be. I think for us, it'll be like watching, Playgroup 101. because we sort of, we've got such a bigger, broader understanding of a lot of this, issues that have gone on. We'd probably sit there going, I've already seen this.
Yeah.
So for us, it'll probably go, right, let's go and play cricket in the backyard. Because that's what we do in Australia. Okay, so let me just see. EBS let's look at a potential for EBS happening. Okay, so Six of Swords. This again is going to a better place, going over stormy waters. It's been in the look. It's a potential still, because that Seven of Pentacles is saying, it's been put in there as a potential, but it could be that we get to a better place without needing it. Yeah. So let's just see. It's a strategy. Seven of Swords, to me, this is always a strategy, but it can be changed up because he's holding those Five of Swords. So the story can be changed up depending on what's going on with the strategy. So look, it's still a potential, but yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be a strong potential.
No, but it is a potential, but it's not. It could go either way. With that Six of Swords taking us into a better place, that might just happen naturally with what's going on.
I just feel like it would freak people out. I really do. And I know they don't want to freak people out.
Correct. So, and if they use the mainstream media, a lot of people watch that, or they read the newspapers, that could do it just as well, I feel,
Yeah, that reminded me. So CNN is putting out the movie Sound of Freedom as a QAnon movie.
Ooh.
Yep. The QAnon movie, and in the hopes that people won't watch it. Yeah. So the two things came to mind. One was, if CNN is taken over, are they doing that on purpose so that people question CNN? Or actually, the Rolling Stones magazine also did it. The Rolling Stones, Rolling, is that what the name of the magazine is?
I'm Rolling.
Not sure. Okay. Anyway, so my question is, okay, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Yeah, I know. There's so much going on. It's sometimes really hard. So you were talking about CNN and the Sound of Freedom. There we go. I do listen to you.
Yeah, so CNN, Sound of Freedom. So is that affecting people? Is it really working? Is this trick really working? And people are actually thinking, oh, it's a QAnon movie, I'm not going to go see it?
Okay, let's have a look and see. No, because it's been done from a higher point of view, because straight away I was getting, well, people are going to go, who's QAnon? And they might go and search for Q as well. And go, well, what does it really mean? So, they've hardly got any viewers now anyway, apparently, from what I've heard. So, no, it's actually, it's almost doing the opposite. It's almost
that's what I was hoping.
Yes.
I was hoping that's...
So that's a strategy from the top end.
Okay, good.
Yes, yeah. No, definitely. It's making people really look at things. That Queen of Pentacles again, looking at their situation. What does this mean to me? What's this all about?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. Okay, so then I think we asked this question already.
Yes.
Because you even did kinesiology on the amount of people that would wake up.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Melissa, it's subtle. So like for a lot of us, we've even been deeper down the rabbit hole with it. So we know what's going on, because they don't talk about a lot of the things that it's used for, why they do it, why they do the, little ones trafficking. It's like it's got to have seeds planted to some people that had no idea this was going on. So, yeah, but I can check and just see if it will wake people up. Yes, that's a big fat yes. Ace of Wands. So it will,
yeah.
Just to the level they can cope with, and then there's the next step with it.
Yeah.
You know, imagine if they found out all at once that it was one of the biggest businesses in the world, you know, and it was right under our feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is not a question, but I have a question about this. So there are people hearing trumpet sounds like from the sky, coming from the sky.
Okay.
Can you ask what this is? Because I've
Okay.
seen the videos. I have seen the videos. So,
Okay. Is it a technology of sorts, I wonder? First of all, is it true?
Right. First of all, is it true? Second of all, what do the cards want to tell us about it? Is it good, bad, like
indifferent? Yeah, it looks like it could be true, because we've got our Knight of Pentacles. He's a busy boy today, so he's bringing a message through. Oh my gosh! Then the Knight of Cups again. This is a softer message. It's like an emotional aspect of it. So yeah, let me just have a look and see. Oh my gosh! Then the Queen of Cups. So this is really bringing a lot of emotion up for people. You know, if they're hearing that. And my first instinct was this is coming from a technology. That was my first intuition, but it's definitely making people ask questions and you know, what's going on, etc., etc. So let's just have a look and see if we can get anything more from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm actually just seeing like waves of energy going through the air. I don't know what that's about, but okay, let me just see. Is this a form of technology that's producing this sound? Frequency technology on the first one. You want to come out, okay. That one. Oh, okay. This is interesting. That one really wanted to come out. Okay, and that one wants to come out. So this is interesting because I feel it was the damage that it was done. There was a lot of damage done, okay, from these guys, from the cabal. And then the next card up was the Two of Wands. I feel this is actually helping to equalize or change some of the damage that's been done in our skies.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I was specifically asking, yes, I was specifically asking about a technology, and that's a yes. That Ace of Cups is definitely a yes on that. So I feel this is a countermeasure almost to help to change things up, to heal damage that had been done. Yeah,
Okay.
the Chariot, creating balance and moving forward. That's exactly what these cards were saying.
Okay. All right. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Another video that I saw was in Thailand. The sky was red, like red, 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 red. It was crazy. This video was crazy. You know. So I want to ask about that. What is that all about?
Wow.
Because it was eerie looking. Let me see if maybe I can.
Have there been any volcanoes or anything over there? Because often, you know, the ash can create it. You know, this is the other thing. You know, but yeah, if you can. Oh.
I just can't remember where I forwarded this or sent it to someone.
Okay.
Oh, I think it was Facebook.
So I feel it's okay because we've got our Justice card that came up, and then we've got our Page of Wands. So
Okay.
it's something that's unusual. It's new. It's
It
sort of
is.
not common, and yet it's not going to be a huge
Oh, here
deal.
it is.
So it's just something that, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, it's
Let me
no, it's
see.
right. I
Hold
can
on.
see it. Yeah,
Let me get behind it.
yeah.
Ooh. See how it's
Yeah.
like orange, red?
Yes, yeah. I wonder if it's like a plasma. Yeah, but it's
So
not
what did the
dangerous.
card say?
Justice card came up, so it's not dangerous, and the Page of Wands, so it's something that's unusual. It's only it's small compared to, there's nothing huge that's going to create problems from it.
No, but what the heck is it? Can the cards tell us where is it coming from? The good guys, the bad guys? Like, to be honest, nothing's coming from the bad guys anymore. The cards aren't telling us anything's coming from the bad guys anymore.
Yeah, or it's counteracted. Maybe the idea came from them, but then it's been counteracted and shifted to do, to work in the White Hat's favor. So let's just have a little look and see if we can get any more on that. I'll just ask first of all: is this like a natural thing from, whatever's going on that's just created this really weird type of situation?
Yeah.
Six of Pentacles. So this tells me that it's something that's sort of, it's added up, like there's a few different aspects to it. So it's not just something that's like, here, let's do red sky sort of thing. This is, oh God, Knight of Pentacles. Again, I feel like it's okay. It's not anything that's been orchestrated. No, the world. I feel this is natural. It's something that's happened, whether it's plasma, whether it's something that's come from, whether there is a volcano somewhere. It feels to me like it's just a series of things, because that Six of Pentacles to me is saying there's a few different aspects that have created this. So it doesn't feel nefarious is what I'm getting.
Interesting. Okay, good. Okay, so the next question was from Kat. So will the next president be another puppet, or will be more or less something close to a decent one? I don't know if the cards can answer that.
Do you want to have a chat about that? What your thoughts are even on it?
I feel like ultimately the idea is that Trump is the 19th president of the Republic. So it would be him. But I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe Kennedy could take over him if Trump is too tired or whatever. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine after all this war that he's going through that he would want to. It's so much. It's so much.
Space.
So it would be nice if Robert Kennedy would take over, But I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with all of that.
Yeah, look, I feel because for so many years we've all trusted the government. I feel the whole government structure will change.
Will disappear.
It has to. It has to. And, you guys have got your amazing constitution in Australia. Ours is, pretty lame. So I feel there has to be, first off, like a revisiting and rebuilding of, well, what is our philosophy going to be for people, for our country, for this country, for the world, whatever. So I really feel we have to go right back to grassroots. So I don't feel it will be almost like another president. They might call it something else. And then people, this is where I'm saying that there might be a vote for people to say, well, we'd like to just have a small, a much smaller come into communities, sort of, take more care of ourselves in smaller areas or whatever, we know what our needs are. So who knows? I feel for a time there will be, obviously we'll have to have people looking after certain things, but they'll be much more trustworthy, and then it will change. Hopefully we'll have a massive change in our thinking, in our perspective, and how we do things. That's just my feeling.
Okay. All right.
So
okay,
death. There has to be a transition. The death card came up. Yep.
All right. I'm not sure the cards can answer this, but I'll leave it up to you, Maree. You know how to handle these questions.
So Maple Tree's asked, I have another question. What is really going on outside of this reality? Okay, I'm going to ask Jasper to come in and just to have a little look. So we are in a matrix reality. So let's just see if Jasper can give us any light on that. Okay, so he's showing me like a TV screen, and he said it's like when you watch a movie. That's one reality. The person watching the movie is another reality. So it's almost like there are many more realities going on. That's his way of sort of showing me and trying to explain it to people. So it's really just wherever you're at, it's your perspective. So that being in another reality, in another dimension, and they're having their own experience and their own their experience is the word. So with all those beautiful craft that are watching Earth, that are helping with their love and their whatever, they're seeing it from a different angle than we are. So that's all I can really say. It's just your perspective on anything in life, whatever life it is. So I hope that helps, Maple Tree.
Yeah, that's kind of what came to me, was that there is no one true reality, because every single human being has a different reality. Everybody sees things in a different way. So there is no one true reality, really.
No, that's exactly right. And it's so there's so many, like it'd be impossible to describe it. You know, like, yeah. So, I mean, two people, I mean, even with my sister growing up, we had completely different perspectives and realities of what happened in our growing up years. So, you know, you can live with someone and have a completely different reality.
Yeah, big time.
So,
all right, the next question is, what happened in Vermont? I am from there originally. I will have to tell you, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, there was something in the chat. I don't know why it jumped out. Someone said something happened in rains and flooding. So that was big.
Oh, massive rains and flooding. The state has been declared a disaster area. Many villages are isolated by flooding, my friends included. Oh, wow. Maybe they're doing dumps, the dumps over there.
Is there a lot in Vermont? Do you know?
No, but I that's what comes to mind whenever I see like major torrential like stuff out of the blue like that. To me, that's when they're
doing stuff.
They're doing work.
Yeah. Same with the fires. There was a lot going on under there. So yeah.
So let's ask about that then.
Okay.
What can the cards tell us about the rains? And if it has to do with the little ones, I'm sure the cards will
say, yeah. We'll see if it's natural or been engineered. Okay. Is it a... Okay, come out. Yeah, there's definitely stuff going on underneath. We've got our Four of Swords, so there is, because I asked, is this a natural event or is it hidden? Yep. Magician. There's definitely something going on over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's more than what we think. Yeah, Ace of Cups, look at that, all the water.
All I'm getting right now is that this was unexpected and they did not realize there was stuff going on there, and that's why it's so later in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's what I'm getting.
Yeah. And I mean they have said they found much deeper aspects to all of these tunnels and things as well. So yeah, I think it's just ongoing. It's been thousands of years in the making. So yeah, it's been just an ongoing aspect. Gosh.
Yeah.
So there's definitely something going on in Vermont.
Yeah. All right. This is a great question, Trijo. I heard we will shift to a national council that handles international affairs only, and Trump will sit on the Earth Council.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that sort of makes sense. I really feel it's going to be quite different to what we're used to in a government.
Every time we hear the ETs, it's always council of this and the council of that, or the alliance of this, or that, it's all a community-based type thing. Ace
of Wands. That's a big yes. That was hot when I put my hand over them. So it'll be completely different to what we're used to. It'll be, and it won't be just making decisions from greed and from, them being, that will be gone. So this will be more about looking after what's going to work. How can we change things up? Yeah. So that's, I like how you've written that Trigel. That's really good.
Yeah.
And the cards liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I don't see any other questions. So I will take Teresa's question since there are no other questions waiting. My autistic nephew listed 13 various months, years, all on the 10th day, starting in '09, ending in '16. He ran out of subspace. Outstandingly, all the dates are Thursdays. Is there more to this?
Oh, how amazing. I wonder if he was born on a Thursday, if that's he's tapped into that frequency. Oh, wow. Well, I mean, we know that autistic children have got sometimes their gift is incredible, isn't it? You know, they have this spatial awareness and are able to just see things like in patterns. And
Yeah.
so, you know, that's what it's feeling like to me, Teresa. Yeah, that's what it's feeling like to me. I mean, look at some of the beautiful autistic children that are incredible musicians or, you know, artists or memory, like they have absolute photographic memories. So for me, I feel like it's a tapping into a pattern. Yeah. So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's a pattern that they can tap into. What do you think, Elisa?
I don't understand the question, so I'm
okay.
I'm not sure what it means.
Yeah, so I feel like I know what Teresa's asking.
Okay.
So Teresa, I would say that that's just his brain ability to also have sensitivity to tap into vibrations, and he can then do patterns with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Kat, that's a great question. Oh, she said, yes, you got it, Maree. Okay, great. DeSantis has stated that China, Russia, Venezuela, and 2 other countries are not allowed to invest in Florida.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's a big show. He's a part of the show, I believe. So I feel he's being used as a part of it. So let's just see if this is just... He's going against the grain, isn't he? He's always done that. He's gone against whatever, you know, what the blue states have said. So I feel it's part of the movie. So let's just have a little look and see what our cards say for us. Okay. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles. To me, yeah, this is a contract. So he's part of... It's something that's ongoing. It's a business deal. He's part of this deal. Then we've got the Tower card, because I feel that there's going to be, again, something's going to happen, and it's all going to come out. Yeah, the world. So it's much bigger than we realize. So his part he's playing is actually bigger than what we realize. It's almost like he's been the opposite, showing the opposite of all of the others.
The control opposition. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is he a good guy or a bad guy? Because in other channels they've been saying that he's controlled opposition, basically, to try to run against Trump.
Okay. I always felt or seen that was part of his role. He was told that's what he's doing deliberately, to create it so it doesn't look like he's in Trump's camp, yet he's coming up with all this stuff that's opposite to what the Democrats do. So it's really interesting. I just feel
it is. But is he good or is he bad? And I'm talking about the clone that's there right now, because I know the real DeSantis was gone.
I'd say he's good. Again, we've got our 6 of Pentacles, so he's a part of it. He's part of an aspect of the whole, you know, offering of what's going on. Yeah, but they're making him, like, they're keeping him out in the cold, like they're making it look like he's, you know, on the other side of the fence, sort of, so to speak, because he's been getting a lot of, you know, clout thrown at him, hasn't he? Yes. No, he's good. 9 of Cups. So he's creating, for some reason, they're doing this whole show and creating, just creating a scenario that they can then work with at some level. So it looks like he's good. Yeah, he is.
Maybe it's to bring out. Maybe it's to bring out certain truths, and to use them like as a space goat or something like that.
Scapegoat.
Space goat.
Hey, I'd like to meet a space goat. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Space goat. Oh, you're funny. And then the lovers card came out. He's in cahoots with them all.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So, Vic, you have not missed the question. I have not gotten to it yet. Okay. So that is the next question. Is the Japanese Atlantis in Yonaguni Jima submerged underwater? And I want to see if I can present share screen. And I already had this out there, but I don't know where I put it. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Present, share screen, window. There we go. So do you see it?
Yeah, you've got pictures of underwater and then a map. Yep.
It's loading.
Is it a video or
No, it's just a picture. Here it is.
Oh, okay. Wow. And these are real pictures?
This one, I don't know if it is, but this one is real. This one here, if you see that.
It looks like more pyramids, doesn't it? You know?
Uh-huh. So that's the question there.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So you want me to just check in to see if if it was part of Atlantis times, or is that what
yeah,
the question is?
If Yonaguni Jima is the let's see what it can tell us. If it was part of Atlantis or a different Atlantis, who knows?
Who knows? I know. Well, they say Atlantis was really massive. Like, you know, everything was sort of more joined together.
Yeah.
Back then. Let's just see. Is Yonaguni, was that an aspect of Atlantis? Jima, sorry, I don't even know how to say it.
Or a past civilization that, something. Yeah. I don't know. What do the cards want to tell us about this play?
Yeah, it looks like it was a part of it, but because it's a Page of Wands, it was only a small part. But then something happened. So that Eight of Cups said something was walked away from, and I'll find out, like, if it was then a separate, you know, if it was like a separate society of its own. Wow, that's interesting. So it wasn't again, that Six of Pentacles is coming up again, which tells me that it was an aspect of all of it. But it looks like something happened, and that Knight of Wands. This is always someone going the other way. This to me is not going in the same direction as everything else. So it's sort of saying that it was an aspect of it, but it was almost like it was its own entity.
Right, that's what I feel.
Okay, good.
I just feel like they call it an Atlantis because it's underwater, but it's not like part of the real Atlantis. You know, like I don't feel that it's not from the same Atlantis. We could ask the cards if it's from the same era.
Well, it had its own leader, because that King of Wands fell out when we were talking then.
Yeah.
So it might have been around the same era, around the same time, is what the cards were sort of saying. But definitely something happened, and there was a walking away from it, like just leaving behind. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was a Four of Wands. So to me, it was more of its own space and place and culture.
Okay. All right. And then I had another question. This one was that I forgot from last time. You remember you told me to post it on the chat?
Yes.
So I did, and it's not there. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
I'm putting here, it's Okigahara Forest, which is also in Japan. Okigahara. Aokigahara Forest, a type of portal. Is it a bad portal? Is it under ET territory?
Interesting. Who was that from?
That was from Kibu Hope.
Okay, Kibu. Cool. Okay. Wow. I haven't heard of half these places, so this is fun. So Actually, I might grab Jazzy and actually tune in that way. So the intention is to tune into that forest and the land around there or underneath there. He's showing me that if there's a sort of a mountain or sort of mountain nearby, it's sort of closer to the mountain aspect of it is what I'm seeing. So there's a little bit of the forest there, but the forest used to be bigger is what he's showing me. And so the ley lines, the energetic ley lines seem to be connected into the mountains somehow. So there are energy ley lines that are quite active there is what he's showing me. But to me, it doesn't feel like a massive like portal. Like, okay, so for instance, here on the Gold Coast, if I've been in behind this big mountain called, well, it's not for us, it's a fairly good sized mountain called Mount Warning. That was where all the volcanoes erupted from, like long time ago. And I've actually felt a huge portal and massive area where all the craft come in. I've seen them coming in through the portal of this and actually being underneath this mountain. And I'm feeling that the mountain's more important than the forest. That's just what I'm seeing and feeling. I've never been there, but just tuning into it. That's what I feel was going on. Yeah, okay. So there's been a shift because the death cards come up. So it might have been more underneath.
Okay.
No, just the transformation of it. So it's changed over time.
Can we figure out if it's good or bad? Like,
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm not feeling. It could have been, it could have been used in a way that wasn't great for a while, is what I'm feeling, but it doesn't feel nefarious now, which is really interesting.
Okay, good.
I'll just check in, tune in. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Okay, all three. Yeah, so the first cut up was the Five of Wands. So I believe that there was some stuff going on there that was like a little bit more chaotic than the Chariot. So something happened to shift it, and then the Hanged Man. So because it didn't feel particularly active to me. So that's like a surrender card. It's like a letting go. I feel it's not as active as it was before in the in other times.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So could the location Vic was talking about have been part of Lemuria?
Okay.
So let me go back and look at what Vic had on there. Ryukyans, to dive on the Ryukyans during Vietnam.
Wow. Okay. In Vietnam, wow, that would be pretty amazing diving. Oof.
I wanted you to see that spelling because I don't know if it matters for you.
Ryukyans during Vietnam. What are Ryukyans? The Ryukyans, what are they? They are. I'm not sure, but
dive on the Ryukyans. So it's a dive place. I don't know.
Yeah. So I haven't been to Vietnam diving. I've been to other places, but not there. So, okay. So what was the question? It was around who had the question? It was Tribal. Oh yeah, part of Lemuria.
Was it part of Lemuria?
Was it a part of Lemuria?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just ask and see what our cards say. It looks like it could have been because the Eight of Pentacles has come up. So yeah, it might have been an aspect. I mean, there was a big shift, wasn't there? Like, over time. Yeah, it was because the Three of Cups has come up. So it was an aspect of Lemuria.
It's saying it's the name of the Okinawan island chain.
Ah, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it was. And then, of course, we had the big shift happening, judgment, everything came up. So it could have been an aspect of Lemuria. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm so jealous of you, Beck. I love diving. That would have been amazing. So.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So Elizabeth, the Lemuria is as far as I know not in Earth. It's the Lemurian. It was like the other Atlantis, I guess we could put it. right?
Yeah. So to me, my understanding at the moment was there was 3 sort of aspects of Earth at the time. So there was Mu, there was Lemuria, and then there was Atlantis, and they sort of shifted from being more crystalline. There was energetic energy. It was so beautiful. Lemuria, when I've done meditations and been taken, it's like beautiful, like that limey, soft green water, and lots of the crystals, lots of crystals, and lots of elemental beings. And so maybe an aspect of that has gone into Middle Earth, or into inner Earth, with all those beautiful elemental beings being an aspect of it. Whereas the Atlantis, to me, is more technology. Yes, they used crystals, sound frequency, but there was a lot more technology that started to be used. So that's my understanding of the difference.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Barbara's
just said that too. Yeah, that was my understanding, Barbara, as well, is because these beautiful, like, Pleiadian beings, but we've all been this as well. Remember, we've all experienced being elemental beings, being a tree, being a rock. And I feel a lot of them did go more into the inner Earth, that realm, that dimension.
Yeah. So Elizabeth was wondering where the crystals come from. I don't know if the cars can tell us.
Well, Lemurian crystals, well, I don't know. I'm presuming that they were like created, or they tap into the ley lines or the energy lines. That crystal actually reacts or taps into the ley lines of Lemurian frequency. Because I've got a few of them here. There's one. So this is for anyone that's wondering. Just have to have one close by. That's what we call a Lemurian crystal. So it's specific. Yeah, it's not clear quartz. It's really quite different.
Yeah, it has lines on it. It has codes, and those lines are codes of knowledge that you can actually access.
Yes, and activate and use.
Yeah.
And these ones are great, like when you're traveling and you want to take a crystal with you and have intention into it and then activate it. These are great ones to take to put into sacred places. So yeah. Gosh, I haven't used them for a little while, actually. I used to use them all the time.
So. Yeah, I know. I don't even know where mine is. I don't even use it anymore.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. So that
right.
I don't know. That's my understanding of the Lemurian crystals.
Yeah. So. Well, okay. Well, I want to take the last 2 minutes of the hour to remind people about your dream show, because every time I learn something new, it's really, really, really good, you guys. I really think this show is going to take off, and we want to tell people about this again. It's because of these dream decodes that they have done for me that I have been able to heal some things that I didn't know needed to be healed or worked on. So I highly suggest that you try to attend live if you can, and if not, send Maree the dreams ahead of time, and so that she can decode it, and then you can watch the video later, and then you can get your answer.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just such a great tool to be able to help yourself to understand what's going on in our subconscious, and maybe sometimes it's our higher self giving us messages to help guide us, and you don't want to miss them. And this is why it's great to learn how to do it for yourself, and this is what we try and do. We'll talk through things and work it out, but then at the end of the day, it's really good when you can do your own. So we really want people to become much more masterful at understanding their dreams as well. And we have other questions put up there, spiritual questions or synchronicities that have happened. It's so good to share it, because it makes us realize that we are so much more than we remember. And it's so much fun. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. All right, excellent. Thank you, everybody, for your support and for being here. We so appreciate you. Thank you, Jazzy. And everybody, I hope you have a wonderful week. I do think that this week and the next couple of weeks to come are going to be crazy. And so stay high vibing. And we love you. And we'll see you on Thursday.
See you then. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye.